Hi, my name is Mansoor, and we're talking about three branches of government. According to the U.S. Constitution, the president, vice president, and other civil officers will be impeached for treason, bribery, and other high crimes and misdemeanors. Although the word misdemeanors means minor petty crimes, in the 18th century it referred to more serious offenses. Impeachment begins in the House of Representatives, pictured with a resolution. The House Judiciary Committee then decides whether or not the charges contained in the resolution meet the constitutional standard of impeachable officers. If they do, the charges will be written up as one or more articles of impeachment and presented to the entire House. After debate, the House votes on each charge separately. If a simple majority votes in favor of at least one charge, the matter is referred to the Senate. And the Senate, the proceedings take the form of a trial. These are witnesses, as examinations, evidence, all the regular courtroom stuff, except the Senate itself as a jury. The House of Representatives chooses certain representatives as prosecuting attorneys and the accused official may select any other his or her defense attorney. After the trial, the Senate deliberates in private, and if a two votes guilty, the Senate may either remove the accused from office, prevent him from ever holding office again, or impose no punishment. If less than two-thirds of the Senate votes to convict the accused, he is acquitted and life returns to normal. As the head of the executive branch of government, the U.S. President is the most powerful individual in the government. As a result, some of the most common examples of checks and balances in the U.S. government involve limits of presidential power. In particular, the president is subject to legislative oversight. He or she must always act within the law. In the famous phrase of former Chief Justice John Marshall, the United States is a government of law, not of men. However, the 37th U.S. President, Richard Nixon, who served from 1969 to 1974, did not really believe in limits of presidential power. As he said after he left office, if the president does, it's not illegal. While you're in office, Nixon used the power of the presidency for personal ends. He hired special staff members to imitate, arrest, and spy on his political opponent. And the most famous example of these dirty tricks. A group of men on Nixon's payroll burglarized the office of the Democratic National Committee, which was located in a pseudo office buildings and apartments called the Watergate Hotel. When the FBI began investigating the links between Nixon and the break-in, Nixon elected to conduct the investigation. Eventually, it was revealed that he had used the powers of the presidency to confirm a criminal acts committed by his staff. The House of Representatives approved three articles of impeachment against Nixon, and he faced certain conviction by the Senate. Knowing this, several Senate Republicans met with Nixon and asked him to resign. He did in August 1974. We're talking about incumbent or challenger. Incumbent means a politician who currently holds a political office and who intends to run for election. Like, intends to run for re-election. Sorry. Red state and blue state means a red state is a state in which the majority of voters usually cast their votes for Republicans and opposing states against for Democrats. Sometimes states are called majority or called purple states. Chief Justice is the head of the Supreme Court, and by that token, the judicial branch of U.S. government. Earmarking, when Congress sets aside money for specific public works projects. Soft money is unlimited contributions to political parties and candidates is made mostly by corporations and wealthy individuals. Gerrymandering is changing the borders of a political district in order to ensure that the political party has an advantage here. Spain is twisting facts so they suit one politician or party's political agenda. I had an agenda in school one day. Lobbyist is an individual, usually an employee of a union, a corporation, or a group of corporations who attempts to influence politicians about contributing money to the campaign. We are well in the world. As you may know, the governmental systems in the United Kingdom, Great Britain, and Northern Ireland, and the United States are quite different. The British government operates under a democratic parliamentary system, which is sometimes called the Westminster system. In America, citizens vote in separate elections for president and for Congress. It's from the legislative branch. However, in Britain, citizens only vote for the members of the legislature, which is called Parliament. The Palace at Westminster, which hosts the two houses of Parliament, is pictured. Pretty good, isn't it? Executive power is held by the Prime Minister, who is a legislator and usually belongs to the majority party and parliament. Because of this, the Prime Minister usually shares the goals and aims at the majority in Parliament. This makes legislation much easier to pass in America, where the President can question the majority ought belong to opposing party. Although elections must be held at least once every 5 years, they usually happen more frequently at any time, Parliament may pass a resolution on no confidence. If this happens, the Prime Minister must either dissolve her administration or call for new parliamentary elections. If the President returns the Prime Minister's party to power, the Prime Minister can keep on going. If the public elects a different party to power, it's time for a new Prime Minister. Parliament elections are also called the Prime Minister Government Falls a major bill, but like the national budget. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time. Bye!